It takes a while to figure out who you are. You gotta go through stuff, experience life, and one day you just wake up and you recognize yourself. And you say, "You nitwit, you're not a lesbian. What the fuck are you thinking? You're just a white guy." And that's okay. I mean, to live the life of a white guy in a white guy's world, it's nice. It's tremendous. Oscar Wilde once said that most people are other people. Their thoughts are someone else's opinions, their lives a mimicry, their passions a quotation. This is especially true in relation to our cultural stereotypes. We think we know the truth behind the human masks. We believe we can understand a person based on their outer surface, but in our haste to categorize, we may miss deeper truths. This drama explores the aspects of identity we think we understand, and argues that the only definitions that truly matter are the ones that we give ourselves. The White Guy, A Field Guide by Stephen Hunt. So, I'm a white guy. Yeah, I know. It's obvious, right? You probably think I'm this domestic beer drinking, red meat eating, USA Today reading, ESPN watching, normal, perfect, home-owning kind of guy, right? But you'd be surprised how long it took me to notice that I'm actually this Bass Ale drinking, sushi eating, khaki shorts wearing, Bravo channel watching, New Yorker reading, emotionally arrested kind of renter. But to everybody else looking back at me, it's so obvious. I'm just one thing. A white guy. I'm part of a tribe. You know what that means, don't you? Construction workers sitting on their high beams when I walk by don't shout, "Nice tits!" Women seeing me coming towards them down the street don't clutch their purses tighter. Cops don't shoot me by accident. To live the life of a white guy in a white guy's world, yeah, it's nice, it's tremendous, but frankly, it's not the greatest time to be me. You know, I mean, for one thing, my media role models just suck. All you read about white guys these days is either how mean we are or how mad we are. Witness the collected films of Michael Douglas. And one reason why so many of us are mad is this certain intellectual perspective held by universities and certain political parties and nonprofit theater across America. Those season ticket theaters. You know the ones I'm talking about. Theaters dedicated to serving audiences smarter than usual. And it's not something they usually say out loud because a lot of us are the season ticket holders, but it's there in the subtext of almost everything. You just gotta listen for it. It goes a little something like this. Who invented patriarchy? A white guy, living in a cave, tired of chasing down takeout. Who invented apartheid? Some white guy who just showed up one day in darkest Africa and said, "Oh, to hell with Holland. I'm staying. And I gotta be in charge." Who ruined the ozone layer? Let's just say a white guy with perfect hair, driving his Ford Explorer 10 miles a freaking hour down the Santa Monica freeway. Who stole rock and roll? A fat, spangled jumpsuit wearing, 14-year-old Marion, pill devouring, B-movie making, live in Hawaii, hunka burning white guy. So it seems like we're the problem with everything, doesn't it? Well, to tell you the truth, when I was in college, I hated white guys too. In fact, I hated white guys so much that I forgot I was one. As much as I could. I mean, let's face it, it's tough when you recognize the enemy and it's you. I had a limited set of choices to work with. I couldn't become a non-white guy. I was still attracted to women. I was ashamed of my lifelong passion for competitive sports. So I became a lesbian. I moved to Vancouver, a known lesbian haven. What the hell? I wanted to meet someone cute, alright? I had good lesbian hair back in those days. I was not taken too seriously. Those Western Canadian women seemed to sense right from the get-go that I was a dilettante. I hate that. I turned inward, started writing poetry. Bad, sad, shitty poetry. Until I was completely disgusted with myself. Then I wrote a TV script, a spec script, about a group of tough yet sensitive lesbians. Single moms by day, Canadian documentary filmmakers by night. Called it Goddesses. I even sold it to Canadian television. They called me in for a meeting one day, and the guy in charge, Philip, he's about 70, alcoholic. His clothes don't match him. He's got food bits stuck in his beard. And he leans across his desk really slowly and says, "What's with all of these lesbians?" "Watch it, Bill," I said. "You're talking to one." The show never got made. But now, looking back on those lost lesbian years, I feel okay. It takes a while to figure out who you are. You gotta go through stuff, experience life, and one day you just wake up and you recognize yourself. And you say, "You nitwit. You're not a lesbian. What the fuck were you thinking? You're just a white guy." And that's okay. And to those of you out there who aren't white guys, and I can feel you out there, and you're welcome here. You may think our little 5,000-year winning streak came at your expense. And you may have a point there. To you I say, sorry about that. And to those who like me, white guys who feel a little down, a little browbeaten, a little frustrated, remember, there are still things we can be proud of. Who was the first man on the moon? A white guy with a 5-iron. Who are all the coaches? White guys, even though they're almost none of the players. Who's on the money? White guys, and more white guys. And pyramids. Who wrote Death of a Salesman? A red white guy. A well-liked white guy. Who are the Beatles? I mean, you tell me a white guy is the problem with everything, and I say, yeah, okay, we did steal rock and roll. Guilty. And we do make easy targets. Don't shoot.